maybe Alexis, maybe for starting developers out there, what would you say to them? Should they dive into the game industry? Yes or no?
I mean, if it's a passion, why not try it out? Right? It's with anything. If you're interested in a sport, you try it out. If you're interested in anything else, you try it out. You should definitely try it out. And I think indies are in a kind of better position than most of the larger studios or titans out there, just because you have way more creative freedom in kind of experimenting in certain kind of features and models and whatever might come to your mind, whereas just listed companies have it a bit tougher just because it's about profit at the end as well. And that's why you have like the 10th installment from some games, just because they know, all right, it monetizes in a way, we can get a certain kind of cash flow in from that, so we'll just do the same old. But there is a decline in the fun factor of titles, right? The more they are recycled, I think the quality does decline in a way. But if there's indies out there, if you want to start, I don't see anything really stopping you from experimenting with that. There's so many different platforms as well that make it easier, where you can try things out. Sorry, Ronaldo.
Well, I just wanted to add to that if you want to start out, and I'm not a game developer, right? I'm just in the industry, but I think that for anything that you want to start, you have to be honest and admit that you don't know what you don't know, and then actually seeking the help. And to anybody who is watching this and wants to get into game development and doesn't know how, ask. People in the industry. You can actually go in any Twitch chat and ask, is there a game developer who wants to talk to me? And somebody's going to be happy to talk to you, Alexis or Ian. Then everybody's going to be happy to help, but accept that you don't know everything. And make sure that you get the subject matter expertise that is out there, because everybody's happy to share.
Yeah, I agree.
Agree too.
I still think that as much as you gather experience over the years by doing this, because when I was thinking about education, I always find it really hard how do you educate for game development other than I know how to do programming or, art and stuff. It's
I always believe that it has to do with execution. So you can be in the hypothesis and think about it, but I think it also has to do with execution and not be too afraid of failure. It happens anyway.
Yeah, I still feel like I'm some ways shining it in a void. Where do we go? I don't know.
Yeah, it's quite scary sometimes.
Let's try. Let's try, because that usually lacks with a lot of. That's maybe in our country a little bit, where you really grow up very safely. You get your education. Your whole future is laid out for you. Like you can just go to this job and buy a house, have some children, and die. That's. Although in the real thing, when you actually try something new, that's where it also gets hard, but also.
Yeah, I guess it's also kind of a millennial thing. There's kind of this perfectionistic dream where you should make all these perfect steps. And within our education, especially in Holland, I feel that it's not really kind of portraying a path where failure is a good thing. So you kind of get punished for it. And then that's what makes us afraid to have that failure and trying to search a perfect dream that doesn't exist.
Yeah.
So...
then games are the wrong thing.
Yeah.
This is one of the most unstable in this. Well, unstable is maybe the wrong word, but it changes really quickly. You have to adapt so quickly to different situations, and even one day everything can work out well, even for the company you're at, and then suddenly everything changes. Right? I think we've known people who've been there, and there's. You definitely have to fail to succeed later on. I think many of us have been there as well. That failure is part of the development, part of your path.
It's kind of gone into it expecting to fail. I think it's the people that are really passionate about what they do, what they want to do. They're the people that tend to succeed. But be prepared. Not just for failure, but also to accept sometimes that what you're doing is wrong. It could be a feature in the game or whatever, and kind of rather than keep on persevering with it and trying to shoehorn it into the game because you've spent a load of time on it, be prepared to throw it away and start again.
Yeah. Yeah, killing your darlings.
Well said. Yeah.
They taught me that in school, killing your darlings. Now I really understand what it means.
The whole team understands that.